An introduction to automotive electronics safety. Electrical safety. You need to identify the risk, know the fundamentals, know useful terms, know about conductors, insulators, and semiconductors, resistors and circuit networks, and common issues with a circuit. Things to know to use. Wire strippers, screwdrivers, wire cutters, pliers, crimpers. Also, a soldering iron and how to use it. Useful terms. An open circuit is a broken circuit where no current can flow. A short circuit is a fault caused very low resistance. Often two wires are touching that shouldn't be. High resistance. This can be caused by multiple things, but often the circuit has a dirty connection which reduces the amount of current that can flow. You need to identify the risks, like electric shock, leaking battery acid, lithium failure, and short circuit. For conductors, insulators, and semiconductors, things you have to keep in mind. Copper and water are both conductors, especially natural water. Insulators are like rubber gloves and rubber boots, or the soles of your shoes. Semiconductors are all over your car and sensors, especially in the computer system. Resistors and circuit networks. Resistors help lower the voltage or current output to optimal settings for a sensor or device. Fuses protect the electrical system and driver from high outputs of electricity, and relays protect the electrical systems from inductance and over voltage. The most common issue is with a fuse. Usually, a fuse blows because the amperage in the circuit reaches higher than the fuse is rated, breaking the circuit and protecting your components. Fuse failure, especially on the formula car. Be sure to watch out for a broken fuse. As you can see, this fuse is fully intact, but if you look real closely, you will be able to see a break in each fuse if a fuse is blown. If not, put the fuse back and continue searching. This is a connector from the PE3 ECU. This connector is an integral part of your sensor and controlling system on the formula car. Common problems with this connector is mispinned wires and loose wires. To better combat this, be sure to check the PE3 connector and make sure each wire is firmly clamped in each of the pins. Wires can fail in your circuit. This will cause either a break in your circuit or a major short, causing catastrophic failure. Take your multimeter and run the ohm meter through it. Start on the setting at a lower ohm amount and then go up from there. If the resistance is too high, your wire may be corroded. If the resistance does not show, or it shows NA or 1, then your wire may be broken. Furthermore, you can do a continuity test. The continuity test is easy to run. You just do this by setting your multimeter at the continuity test symbol or diode symbol. Then you can touch one end of the multimeter to one end of the wire and the other to the other. If it makes this noise, then you're making connection. If it doesn't, then there is no connection. You should check or replace your wire. Let's talk about soldering. This is a soldering iron. It consists of two parts, the power supply and the iron. The power supply, you can control your temperature, how much voltage is running through your iron, how hot it gets, in order to melt certain types of solder. This soldering iron can go up to 700 degrees Fahrenheit, which is well above the boiling point. So please be careful and always hold the soldering iron with one hand and watch all of your surroundings. Using a lithium-ion battery, a huge issue is a catastrophic failure. If a battery is abused, discharged and recharged too much at a very high rate, then the battery may have a catastrophic failure. If a battery is overcharged, then it will damage the battery. Furthermore, if the battery is drained below 8 volts, the battery will also be damaged. When working with a battery on the car, be sure to only use one hand. That way the battery does not cross your body. Furthermore, if the car is on, that will cause an even higher voltage and amperage power to cross your body, which may cause injury or even death. A very important safety feature on the car is this switch. This switch is keyed. Once it's turned, the car is on. Notice if you take it out and the car is off in the off position, but if you press it in, the car turns back on. So make sure this keyed switch is taken out of its position and let hang. Furthermore, this switch lets the car be fully controlled. If this switch is on and that switch is on also, then the car can start and fully function. When working on the car, be sure both switches are turned in the off position. So, if you experience electrical failure, start with the fuses. Then check the battery, check wires and continuity, and check your pin out on the PE3 ECU. That is all for now. Thank you very much.